Good evening, groovy citizens, and happy winning Wednesday. So, you guys, I don't know about you, but today has been a wonderful day. It really has been a wonderful day. Right now, it is actually 8:15. So this video, as you can tell, I'm doing it much later than I normally do. Thank God that it doesn't start getting dark until around, I think they said 8:40, 8:45. So I do have about a good 30 minutes. But I was determined I was going to get this video done. I just had so many things to do today. And do you guys know that although it's 8:15, the temperature is still 91 degrees, okay? So it's still a little warm and humid outside. Now, before I jump into today's topic, I promised you guys that I would let you know what this lip gloss was, because I had a couple people asking me, what is that lipstick you're wearing? And I'm like, yeah, no, it's not lipstick. It is a lip gloss. As you can see here is the packaging. And the color is Red Sea, and it's by Colored Rain Cosmetics. And I had to think about, where did I get this from? And then I remembered I used to get the Ipsy box subscriptions every month, and then I canceled it because I was getting more makeup that I could actually use or even really used. And so I have right now 1, 2, 4, maybe 5 eyeshadow palettes. And the eyeshadow that I'm wearing, I'm not sure if you all can see it, but came from one of those Ipsy bags. So I said, you know what, let me cut this subscription off that saves me $23 a month, because I'm just collecting all this stuff, and a lot of it I wasn't even using. Some of it I was giving away and or throwing away because it just really wasn't me. But this is one of the lip glosses that I received, and I just never thought this red is really my color, but I'm actually liking it. So I did say I was going to show you what it was, and let me just show you up close so you can see it. Love it. And on, what was that, Monday, I told you I wasn't going to do a video, and actually I wasn't going to do one today either, because this sore that I have, this whole area underneath my nose is so raw, to be honest with you. And because, you know, like I said, it was hot, and I was at my sister's probably about an hour and a half ago. And you know how you keep touching it and it started to drain. So I said, Lord have mercy, I'm going to get this video done. So I just put a little clear tape on it, put some peroxide on it first to dry it out, because it was nice and dry earlier. Put this clear tape on it so that I don't have any problems, and we're going to keep it moving. Now, let's jump into today's topic, you guys, because I'm excited about it. And if you all hear any talking, my neighbor is washing his car out, which he does on a consistent basis. And they tend to talk a little loud. So hopefully we don't have them interfering into this video. So today's topic is what we think we become. Now I'm gonna say that again. What we think we become. Now I've talked about this before, that you have to be very careful about what comes out of your mouth. Your words have power. And here's the thing. Once you say things, you can't pull it back. Once you spew it out there in the universe, it's out there. Now, if you say something to someone that hurts their feelings, you can apologize. You can ask to be forgiven, but you can't change what you said, because it's already come out of your mouth. And it's the same thing with your thoughts. Once you start to think it, I think there's a mosquito or something in here because I keep hearing it. But once you start to think it, you will actually start to become it if you are not careful. And so this quote that I'm going to share with you all, it's actually unknown because I'm not sure of the gentleman's name that was giving this quote, but he said, listen to what I'm saying, people. You are the future. I do not want you to start thinking as small as your bank account. Let me stop right there. I love that. I love it. I love it. I love it. He said, I don't want you to start thinking as small as your bank account. Be obedient to the visions, the ideas, move on them. Out of sight, out of mind. And you all know, just like I know, anything that you don't see on a regular basis, you tend to forget about. That's why everybody has something that you forgot about, and maybe you were cleaning up and came across it. Why? Because out of sight, out of mind. Your drying season is hustle season. He says, I need you to awaken the beast inside of you. I want you to write, and I want you all to, and all this is going to be in the description box, but I want you all to take the time to, I don't know about you all, but I've already written it in my journal, and I want you to write this down. He said, the world is an empty canvas waiting on new thoughts to think. And it's on us to think those thoughts, and it's your responsibility and my responsibility. It is our responsibility, you guys, to be obedient to God's visions. He says, how dare you have God send you a vision and a thought and an idea, or show up and reveal these things and ideas to you in your dreams? What's taking you so long to move on them? See, let me just put a pin right there real quick. God has given all of us visions and ideas and dreams and goals and all that other good stuff. Doesn't matter what word you choose to use. He's given it to all of us. Maybe not the same thing, but he's given all of us dreams. And the problem is that not everybody acts on them. And that's sad. And it goes back to, y'all know what I'm getting ready to go to. It goes back to what Les Brown talked about when he said, you know, he talked about the old man laying on his deathbed, and standing around him were all of the dreams and the ideas that he never acted on. And they said, we came to you because only you, what? That thing is huge. Hold on, y'all. Because only you could basically do something. Jesus Christ. I don't know what that is, y'all. Ugh. But it's gone. We came to you because only you could do something with us, and you didn't. And now we have to die with you. So I don't want that to be you. I definitely don't want it to be me. So when God gives you these visions, I need us to act on them. Stop waiting. Some of you aren't acting on them because you're worried about, well, what if I act on it and it doesn't go anywhere? Nobody likes the idea. Somebody's going to like the idea. Something that you do, somebody needs right now, but they can't get it because you're not acting on it. So I need you to act on it. He said, it's time for you to make the move and do it. He says, guess what? If you hit a wall, now these are his words, not mine, okay? He said, if you hit a wall, get your ass back up and keep moving, or keep going. He said, I've made it this far from hearing way more no's than yeses. He says, but I'm not afraid of the word no. So what I need you to do is to, like he said, if you hit that wall, get your tail up and keep moving. Don't hit the wall and just fall out, and there you are, just laid out, slain in the spirit, and act like you can't get up and go no further. Yes, you can. Get up, dust yourself off, and keep it moving. In this life, you're not going to always get a yes to whatever it is that you're trying to do. So it's okay if people tell you no. You know why? Because eventually that yes is coming. Eventually that yes is coming. Everybody that you talk to, let's say you talk to 10 people and you share with them a vision that you have, and nobody wants to help you with your vision, and everybody's telling you no. Don't give up. Don't get discouraged. I get it. You get discouraged, you get upset, you're tired, and you want this thing to go, and everybody's telling you no. But honey, keep going, because the next person you ask might be the one that says yes. Somebody is going to say yes eventually, but if you give up, you will never get to that yes. So that's why I want to encourage you all to keep moving forward. Do not give up. Your yes is coming, but you've got to believe it, and you've got to keep moving forward. Next quote is by Les Brown. Actually, that's my last quote. He says, write the vision. Come on, somebody. Y'all know where that comes from. My Bible students, y'all know where that comes from. But in case you don't, I'm going to tell you where it comes from. He says, write the vision and make it plain, so that he who reads it will run to it. And even though it tarry, wait for it, for surely it will come at an appointed time. So if you're not sure where that comes from, that is in the scriptures. It comes from the book of Habakkuk 2 verses 2 and 3. So write everything you want on a piece of paper. Use your wildest imagination. He said, if you can think it, you can achieve it. Write it on a piece of paper and read it every morning. Come back 1 year from today. So if you do, whenever you do it, come back a year from that day. So if you decide to do it tonight, write down, what did he say? Write down your wildest imagination. Put it on paper. Get up every day and read it. But here's the thing. You have to do more than just read it. You've got to actually act on it. So I want you to read it, and then I want you to get out there and I want you to make it happen. And then 1 year from the day that you write it down, I want you to come back, as he said, and see how much of that stuff came true. He says you have to write it. If it's not written, you reduce your chances greatly of it ever coming true. This is another reason why I encourage you all to keep journals, because you have to write things down. Chances are, if you write it down on paper, you will work towards making it happen. So y'all think that we can just keep walking around and keeping everything up here. Well, I keep stuff up here too, but guess what? I don't take any chances. I write it down in my planner. I write it down in my vision book, because I can't remember everything. I have too many things to think about during the course of the day, and something is going to fall through the cracks if I don't write it down. It's just like these quotes that I want to share with you all. I could try to memorize all of this stuff, but I'm not, because I'm not going to remember it all. Therefore, I write it down, okay? So with your goals and your dreams, write them down and then look at them every single day. Now, don't just write them down. I need you to write them down and come up with a plan of action of actually moving forward on those things. And then come back a year from the date that you wrote it down and see how far you've gotten. Because I promise you, if you write it down and you truly work towards it, honey, you can make it happen. You can make it happen. If God gave you that vision, he's not setting you up for failure. If he gave you that vision, he's going to provide the resources that you need. But unless you get started, it's never going to happen. It is never going to happen. So you have to, like I said, be about your Father's business. Come on, somebody. God doesn't give us goals and dreams for us just to sit around and do nothing with, or just take up unnecessary space. Now, here's the other thing, and then I'm going to wrap this up. The other thing you have to remember is sometimes we come up with goals and visions for ourselves. And we say, well, God told me to do this. No, God didn't tell you to do that. That's something that you want to do. So you need to be able to distinguish between the two. Did God give you that vision, or is that just something that you want to do? Because oftentimes we come up with things that we want to do, and we'll say, God told us to do this, and he really did not. So you've got to know the difference. And only you can know that, because I don't. I'm not getting into that. That's your thing. But you've got to know the difference. The key is write the vision, make it plain, and start moving towards making that thing work. So today's topic, we talked about what we think we become. And I just want to leave you with this thought. When it comes to achieving your goals and your dreams, I need you to start telling yourself that you will be successful. Because again, what you think, you become. If you think you're going to be a failure, you're going to fail. If you think nobody's going to want your product or your service, they're not going to want it. If you think nobody's coming to your event, they're not going to show up. If you think nobody's going to support you, guess what? They're not going to support you. All that negative stinking thinking, that's what I like to call it. Keep thinking it if you want to. And even the Bible says you have what you say. So you need to be careful about what you're thinking. And you also need to be careful about what you're saying to yourself. Me, if I'm putting something out there, my thing is, okay, people are going to love this. They're going to support this. They're going to support me. I'm thinking positive. Never am I going to think negative. Now, it's all right to weigh the pros and cons. I'm not saying don't do that. But if you sit around and all you do is give yourself these negative thoughts and negative images, honey, that's what you're going to have. So starting today, I want you to cut it out. We're only thinking positive. realistic, but positive nonetheless. Listen, you guys, that's my time. I want to say thank you so much for giving me just a little bit of your time to speak life into you, to hopefully encourage you to be careful about what you're thinking and saying to yourself. If you're new to watch my videos, I want to say welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. I do car conversations every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. So come on back on Friday and again on Saturday for another motivational topic. If this is not your first rodeo, I want to say welcome back. Y'all know I love you, but I don't get a chance. I miss you, and I don't get a chance to see you. Go out there, enjoy the rest of your evening. Be safe with whatever it is you decide to do. Always know that I love you to the moon and back, and there is nothing, and I mean absolutely nothing, that you can ever do about it, because I'm always going to love you. I'm always going to be here to encourage you and to support you in all that God has given you to do. Love you so much, and we'll talk again on Friday.